Hey guys, Brandy here. Welcome to the kitchen. It's the first night of the 2-week July pantry challenge. So, it's the last night to start to actually get 2 full weeks in July. So, for tonight's dinner, it's easy. I cut up vegetables I had. Some of the peppers, the beans, and all that's from, and the garlic are all from my garden. And then I had, I was going to do that cabbage, but then I had these beans and they needed to be used. So I'm stir frying those. And I had some red bell pepper. I had a red bell pepper and some broccoli and then just some Vidalia onion in the fridge. So I sliced all that up. So this will be our veggie part of the stir fry. And this teriyaki stir fry chicken, I did, if you look on the date, it says 5/25. I got it out of my freezer this morning. And this is a mixture, I'm pretty sure this is a mixture of both breast and skinless, boneless chicken thighs, where I've cut them into bite-sized pieces. I marinated them in, I'm pretty sure this was the sugar-free teriyaki sauce I had on my shelf I was trying to use up. And the only thing I do, I add a little bit of coconut aminos and red pepper flakes to kind of spice it up. And so all this will get stir fried on our Weber griddle, and then I am gonna make some rice in the rice cooker. This is like one of my new favorite meals. It's so easy this time of year because literally it's about 20 minutes, I think. I mean, I know the rice cooker has to heat up, but it's not bad. I've been using a white basmati rice from Azure. And matter of fact, I think I'll finish it out tonight, and then I'll get into, I had bought a big bag of, I think it's brown basmati from Costco about a month or so ago, not even 6 weeks ago, that I need to get into. So, anyway, that's what we're having for dinner. I will certainly slip in a picture of what it looks like. I may have a picture when I'm stir frying it out on the griddle to show you how easy that is. If you're thinking about getting a griddle in your life, whether it's a Weber, we've had a Blackstone. I like the Weber much better than the Blackstone. I love the amount of space I have on my Weber. I know Blackstone comes in different sizes, so you can always get a bigger one. But I like that the Weber, I think the biggest thing I like about the Weber is that the drip pan and the way you clean it is underneath the griddle and not on the back side of the griddle. My dogs can't get in it, rain can't get in it. I love that. Love, 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 love it. And I also love the even cooking temperature. And I didn't have that on the Blackstone. Blackstone, I had a lot of hot spots, and I can actually cook this meal on low on the Weber, and it will cook, and it'll cook evenly. So anyway, with that, I just showing you, kicking it off tonight. And I will tell you that for breakfast, I had some of my, you saw my video. I had some of, you can see, some folks have been in this. I had some of my blueberry granola and some yogurt. And I was refilling my einkorn flour jar, and I found a bag of steel cut oats that was up in my pantry. And one of the things I used to make a lot was a refrigerator type oatmeal, but I didn't like it with regular oatmeal. I always liked it with steel cut oats. And I found that bag, and I have a huge thing of yogurt that I need to use that was in the downstairs fridge, and it's good for a few more days. And I have a milk that's like that, that is a high quality, low pasteurized milk. And so I'm going to make refrigerator oatmeal with that, and what's left of our LJ peaches. I'm going to peel those, and so we're going to have a peach, kind of like a peaches and cream. I'll probably add a little vanilla, and you put those in the refrigerator. You let them sit overnight, and then you want to eat them probably within 3-4 days. Would probably be pushing it. So I'm going to make sure to do that later on, so that we have that going forward, and our granola will last a little bit longer. I hope. But either way, it's good. I can make some more, just won't be blueberry. But anyway, so I had that, and then for lunch I found a spinach flatbread roll thing, and I had a pack of that, and it's good until like beginning of August. And so I just made me a roll up bologna and mustard sandwich. That was my lunch, and it was delicious, and had a banana. I had a banana as a snack. So that was what I had. I had coffee. Talking a little fast because I had a little coffee this afternoon. And yeah, and I'm finishing up the canning project, which will be in a different video. But that was my first day of pantry challenge. Don't forget, you can get the menu even if you just do 1 week. When you see this, we'll have 1 more week, so it's not too late, and you can always be getting ready for August. So see you tomorrow night. Okay guys, this is my Weber griddle, and I believe it's 28 inch. I just put on some of my lard. I just did, I don't even think it was a teaspoon, and it just goes over it. And this is like where you clean it. That's one of the things I was telling you about. I like that this is under here and not on the back of the grill, because my dogs were constantly getting it. So this is my veg. I like to start with my veg and get it going, and then I take it off, and then I do my chicken, and then I put it all back together. And if you hear our local school's marching band, I apologize. Well, I don't. It's just that time of year, and they're a pretty good band, and they got to practice. So you may hear the metronome. And so I'm just going to spread this out and stir fry it. Look how pretty all those colors are. And so I just kind of move it around, and then, like I said, I'll scoop it off, and then I'll cook my chicken that's been marinating, and that's dinner. My rice is done. It's just cooling down in the rice cooker, and I just put some chicken bouillon in there with I did some of my dehydrated bell pepper, and some aminos. I did coconut aminos in it, and that was how I cooked it. The rice, so it has a little nice flavor, and that's what's for dinner, y'all. I love how all this comes together on the griddle. It is a beautiful dish, and it's very tasty too. So this is one of my new favorites. On Wednesday, we did breakfast for dinner. Ended up doing a sourdough peaches and cream pancake with some eggs and bacon that I had in the fridge. And Thursday is turkey taco night. So this is just a shot of our turkey tacos like we have each. It's either on Thursday or Tuesday. Hey guys, it's Friday, July 21st, and this is what we're having for dinner. This was supposed to be done outside, and we are in more severe weather this evening, and so I'm cooking them in my cast iron skillets. These are some turkey burgers I had in the freezer, and I actually have tater tots in the oven. That's what we're eating for dinner, so keeping it easy and watching the weather. Hope y'all are all safe. We'll see you tomorrow night for dinner. Hey guys, Brenda here. It's Saturday night, and my hair is wet. I just got out of the shower. So for tonight, we were scheduled on the menu to have fried chicken, fried green tomatoes, and I think the mashed potatoes or something like that. And yesterday, I grabbed chicken wings out, and so we're eating chicken wings. We're not going to have fried chicken tonight. I'm doing these out on the griddle. I'm fixing to put some infused olive oil and some spices on them. And you just saw me getting my side, which is some fresh okra. And I just wanted to show you, in case you don't know, that when you get these huge okras, these are just too woody And if if they would have got left on, then you could have probably seed saved from them. But these are they're hard as a rock. Nobody wants to eat that. I don't care how much you cook it. It's still going to stay fibrous and woody. Even if you put it in a stew, I've tried that before. You might get a few that work okay, but I mean, it's horrible. So if you grow okra or you buy okra, try to find the smaller pods. Now there are a few varieties. The burgundy ones can get a little bit bigger and they're not as woody, but even they can get to a point where it's probably twice the size, but it's just unedible. So these will just get tossed or composted, and so now I'm going to open up the chicken wings, and I'm going to put on the oil and the spice, and I am doing I'm going to use some of those Costco potato chips that I bought, and I found from 4th of July an abundance of onion dip in the refrigerator that needs to be eaten. So we're going to have that, and we still have refrigerator pickles, and we also have a watermelon that I got from Costco. So we have plenty to eat. We're a little tired. We went and hiked in the North Georgia mountains today, so I'm going to get on this. I mean, I guess if I get real excited, I might slice a piece of tomato up too, but I've got those in the oven. They're at 425. Probably take about 30 minutes, and I got to get on these, and so we can eat dinner. So that's what's for dinner. I'll insert a picture of what it looks like. I'm not going to cook it out on the griddle with you because I've done that before. It's kind of redundant, so I'll just slide in a picture, and I'll see you tomorrow for dinner. I think we're having some kind of pork, and maybe I'll do the fried green tomatoes tomorrow because I had already went and picked them. It's just too late to do that tonight, so maybe we'll have that for Sunday dinner. So anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, Brandy here. It is Sunday evening and it is dinner time. I did not cook right after church. Some of the guys went fishing after church, and I had a little nap. I was tired. I had to be at church early this morning because we were singing, so we rehearsed beforehand. And so yeah, so I was kind of wore out from yesterday's hike that John and I did at the hike in of the Appalachian Trail. So we went up to Amicola Falls and didn't get too far. We did about 2.5 miles, and I could feel every bit of it, but it was great and we had a good time, and I'm thankful we got to do that. So for dinner tonight, I'm doing a pork tenderloin. I have it marinating in some balsamic. It's not very attractive right now, but it's a balsamic peach vinaigrette and some Tuscan olive oil, infused olive oil, and my Salt Sisters Tuscan spice blend. And I'm gonna grill that up, but I went ahead and I have some lady peas in here, onions, peppers, and garlic from my garden, and then I just added some of the little potatoes I got from my Costco haul, and I've got that going. And then over here I am shredding up zucchini because I'm gonna try a new cheesy zucchini bake, and I will link the recipe. I think it's a blog. I'll link. I found it. I shared it on our Facebook, and I actually had some friends who made it and said it was really good. However, I've already changed it a little bit. So I'll put what I did, but I'll also put a link to the original recipe because I'm doubling it, because if I have an extra amount, that can be another side for another night. And I'm just trying to use up the zucchini coming out of the garden, and so I'm shredding them because this casserole is a shredded zucchini, and so it calls for 6 shredded zucchinis, 6 eggs, 1 cup of feta crumbles, 1 cup of cheese shredded, it doesn't specify, 1 cup of flour, 6 tablespoons of butter, salt and pepper to taste, a pinch of cayenne, and I'm also going to chop up, I have a really beautiful bell pepper from my garden I picked this afternoon, and I'm also going to put in some fresh crushed garlic. Those 2 items were not in there, but it had half a cup of fresh dill, and my dills all went to seed, so I don't have any dill, and to be very honest, I'm not sure if I would want dill in that, so I kind of like my flavor profile, and my one friend who made this told me she used some different herbs herself, and it was delicious. So yeah, so I'm gonna have that, and I'm just gonna grill up that pork tenderloin, and that's what we're gonna have for dinner. So it's pretty easy, and I'm just gonna probably speed up when I put the recipe together to show you how to do this if you're interested in using up some of those zucchinis that maybe you have coming out of your garden. This has been, I've never had a zucchini year like this. I feel like this year was the year of zucchini. Last year it was the year of cucumbers. And we actually pulled a lot of that stuff out 2 days ago. And because we had vine borers. And so I tried to get rid of all of that to keep the other side of my pumpkin trellis where my pumpkins aren't ready to pick yet. And hopefully they won't get the vine borers. We also left in the zucchini plants because they also have them, and I'm kind of hoping they'll be like a trap crop so that those can, my Cherokee tans can finish out. That's what I'm hoping for. We replanted in some tomato plants that we had that were from our suckers that we had potted up and just kind of fill them in as needed. And I don't know, I think I may end up putting in some more cucumbers so we get a fall crop. I have enough time, and there's really nothing for fall that you can trellis, so I might as well do that. So anyway, that's what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, and I guess I'll put a picture in of how everything looks at the end. What?
I said it'll be delicious.
And
the chicken is eating the yellow. I threw another tomato in there.
oh, and she is.
She's eating it.
That's good. So anyway, I've got to finish peeling and shredding up this zucchini for this casserole. And like I said, I'll speed this part up. And yeah, and then I'm not even sure. I got to look at my own menu. Tomorrow night, it's supposed to be, so tomorrow night is supposed to, that's interesting. It's supposed to be pizza with cucumber and tomato salad. Yeah, and I don't know that I have any cucumbers because, I have some pickles that I made, but I have just like 2. And this one's really small, and that's all the cucumbers. So, we'll have pizza. I don't know if I bought those little salad kits from Costco. I'll probably do one of those because the other thing I've been doing all afternoon, once I got about an hour nap, and then I got up and these are all filled with tomatoes that I have peeled, and I've got to process. This are all my plum tomatoes, and I still have 4 baskets full. Probably, John said he figured it was about 50 more pounds downstairs. But I just didn't have any more space, and I had to cook dinner. So I'm just going to do what I can do. So here I am peeling a lot of zucchini. I still have, even after making my mock pineapple zucchini that I water bath canned. I have a video on that, and I can link it in the description if you're swimming in zucchini and need to know what you can do with it. So I had this left over, and so I peeled them and then I shredded them because I wanted to try a new recipe that I shared on our Sewing Back Facebook group page.
And I had some friends who had tried it and really liked it. And so I'm using it kind of as a base, and I'll link it in the description. But I changed it up just like I tend to do. I added the recipe actually had called for like half a cup of dill, and all my dill has went to seed. So I ended up using some of my fresh bell pepper and my fresh soft neck garlic, and put that in its place, and it was so delicious. I absolutely enjoyed this. I'm surprised how much I enjoyed it being shredded. Um, it wasn't watery or anything like that. This one also used up a lot of eggs, which is always good if you have an abundance of eggs. So I doubled this recipe so we would have leftovers, and so I could use the zucchini as well. So we have been eating it for like lunch for the last couple days. But this recipe calls for a cup of flour, which you mix to 6 cups. I did 6 cups of shredded zucchini, and I'm just incorporating it. And then I had 6 eggs in there with some salt and pepper and a little cayenne, a cup of feta, and then I did about a cup of cheese, and I just mixed my cheeses with what I had. This is taco cheese because it's what I had. And I had some like Swiss and Gouda or something, just a little bit of that. I just mixed it all in there because that's what I had. And the and of course I had already mixed in my bell pepper and my garlic, and then on the top I just sprinkled a little more cheese, and then I did 6 tablespoons of butter to give it that nice brown crust, and a little cracked black pepper on top, and super easy and so delicious.
Okay guys, this is the zucchini casserole. I haven't tasted it yet, but it looks so good. I ended up just baking the tenderloin. It was easier, and so yeah, I'm fixing to cut it. And those are our lady peas and potatoes and peppers and garlic and onions and just some seasoning. So that's what we're having for dinner.
So for pizza night, we tried something new. We roasted all our cherry tomatoes and with peppers and things, and we made our own sauce out of this by blending it in the Vitamix. So good. It's a game changer.
All right, so this is the last pizza that has to go in the oven, and I made 4 pizzas this size. This is to feed all my family, my kids. Got 5 I'm feeding tonight, and like one has a few pieces left over for lunch, and I think the other boys will too. So after I did this, I put the remainder in these containers. This is 1.5 cups of sauce, which is about what I use for doing these 4 pizzas the way that I do them. And so these can go in the freezer, so we'll have pizzas for another night. And I will so do this again. It is delicious. It's a very thick, it's a lot thicker than the one that I canned back, I think it was January, February, when I got all those tomatoes out of my freezer. So this is so much thicker, and it's so nice to get it on there. It just has a wonderful flavor. So anyway, that is what we're having for dinner tonight. I did make the bag kale salad, and we had some bacon pieces because my one son likes bacon on his. And I just put it in here, and so we have the salad. This is his pizza, and like I said, he'll have leftovers. My other son has leftovers, and that's my last son's. John and I's pizza's in the oven. And so yeah, that's what's for dinner. Tonight is, I think I have tomorrow night, and then that's the first week. I don't know. I'm so tired right now, I can't think straight. So I'll see you for dinner tomorrow night.